Alec Bradley Habano is better. No, 1502 is better. Oh, really, bro? Really? Stop looking at me, Sean. What's up, guys? Kyle here, Dad Smoking Cigars. Sorry if I ruined Billy Madison for you, but I was just, I don't know what I was trying to do right there. Actually, the idea of this particular video is to talk about brands and their place and what we like, what we don't like, and really the kicker. Is it okay to bash brands you don't like? Well, let's talk about that. Cue music. What's up, guys? You're watching Dad Smoking Cigars, sponsored by Casa Cueva Cigars. Thanks for joining me for a new episode. This episode is not a cigar review, as you may have noticed from the intro, but I'm hanging out tonight on my patio. I just decided to come out here, have a cigar, obviously, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, if I was just going to kick back and chill or if I wanted to shoot something, and I had it in my head to shoot a video that kind of talks about something that I think a lot of us have had discussions about. I mean, definitely have had discussions about what we like, what we don't like, brands we enjoy, brands we don't particularly enjoy. But that's not the bulk of the conversation that I want to have with you guys, or the monologue that I'm having with you guys. It actually kind of covers more of the topic of, is it okay to bash cigar brands? Because obviously there are cigar brands that we like very, very much. As you know, on Dad Smoking Cigars, I tend to focus more on the boutique brands. I love finding cigars that are kind of a little bit on the more obscure side. You don't know too much about them, maybe have never heard of them before. I've had the pleasure of introducing friends and family to cigar brands that they've never heard of prior to me mentioning them, or maybe they found out about it through the YouTube channel or through social media. And it's a lot of fun to be able to introduce these brands that I'm passionate about to people who may otherwise never have heard of them, discovered them, or anything like that. I love boutique brands just because there's a uniqueness to them, something about them, just certain brands that I've tried, and some of them are, okay, others are really amazing, mind-blowing, etc. I've tried all different kinds. And tonight I'm actually smoking a Patina Habano, which I've had before. It's a delicious smoke. It's been reviewed on this channel. I'll try to throw something up, maybe right up in that corner for you guys to check out. So hopefully I remember to do that. If I don't, just comment down below saying, hey, you dork, you forgot, and I'll try to fix that. So anyways, but this is a delicious stick. Patina's a boutique brand, and it's got some really great cigars. I've had the Connecticut, I've had the Habano. I have yet to try the Maduro, but I will be trying it very soon, and there may be a review coming your way in the near future. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. I kind of tried to fit a couple words into one there. But tonight I'm going to talk about a few different brands. I actually have some cigars here sitting on the table next to me. After I'm done with this one, I may smoke another one. Haven't decided yet. But some of these are brands that, all of these are ones that I've tried before. Obviously, they've been sitting in my humidor. Some of them for a really long time, others more recently. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of these brands, ones that I like, ones that are just okay, and things like that. But back to the subject at hand. Is it okay to bash certain cigar brands? Personally speaking, I don't think it shows a whole lot of maturity, or even class for that matter, if you go out of your way to seriously bash a certain cigar manufacturer, brand, or line. Because really, what's the point? And I know I may be kind of automatically cutting off the discussion, or monologue, as I said before, by venturing out my own personal opinion on bashing cigar brands and things like that. But here's what I mean by bashing. I mean ripping them apart and actually saying, oh, this brand, they suck. Whereas this brand, this is amazing. And this brand over here, it's terrible. You should never smoke that. And that's something I definitely want to focus in on, that particular type of attitude or sentiment. You should never smoke it. Here's my problem with that. When you say something like that, you are actually depriving someone of the opportunity to try something they may actually end up really liking a lot. Because I'll be honest, there are times I've heard somebody describe a certain cigar brand or cigar line as like, oh, they're not that great. And when this bigger company took them over and started messing with the blends and stuff like that, it just went to crap, etc. You shouldn't smoke it, blah, 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 blah. Or I wouldn't smoke it if I were you, etc., etc., etc. But the fact of the matter is that obviously I'm a grown man and I should decide what I want to do and what I want to try. And yeah, you know what? It's not a bad thing to have people who are seasoned cigar smokers influence you and kind of push you towards a certain brand. But also at the same time, if there's a brand that maybe they don't like but you haven't tried yet, you should go out and try that. It's all about developing your palate and figuring out what you like in regards to cigar smoking. And I'm going to take a few puffs off this so it doesn't go out. Man, that's good. Ooh, that's good. And I am pairing it tonight with a kind of a darker beer. I actually was drinking this on the last video I did for the review of the Corojo by Asylum 13. And I still don't remember what the name of this beer is. So, cheers. But anyways, I am going to show you some of the cigars that I brought out here. Some of these are boutique brands. Some of these are, I guess, what you call heritage brands or much more popular kind of mainstream brands. But I'm going to share them with you anyway. Now, first one I'm going to share with you is a boutique brand that I'm incredibly fond of, that I love a lot. And you guys have heard me rave about it. This one in particular is my favorite. This is the 1502 Ruby. It may be a little washed out, might not be able to see it as clearly, but there you go. 1502 Ruby. I enjoy this one a lot. It's just got a great flavor to me. And 1502 is a smaller brand, boutique brand, but it's actually making a lot of headway in the industry. And I've been enjoying 1502 for almost the last 2 years, enjoying the hell out of them ever since I was introduced to them. So I love 1502, one of my favorite brands. But this brand right here, while not necessarily a heritage brand, it is a big name in cigars and they're very popular. Of course, that's Alec Bradley, and this one in particular is the Habano. And I actually tried it recently. This cigar was given to me by my dad, both the one that I tried and this one. And I tried it, and you know what? I like Alec Bradley. Alec Bradley is a great brand. I've smoked a number of cigars by them that I actually enjoy a lot. Probably my favorite is the Prensado. I actually had the privilege of getting to try the Fine and Rare, I think it was the Cask Edition, last year, and that was amazing. And if I ever get the chance to try it again, I'm definitely going to try it again. But and then I've tried the Magic Toast by Alec Bradley. Really great smoke. Alec Bradley makes some really great cigars, but not everybody's crazy about Alec Bradley, but they are a pretty popular brand, and I enjoy them every now and then, even though I tend to kind of, again, stay around boutiques. I like Alec Bradley. Every now and then when I get the chance, if I get the chance to pick one up, or if I happen to be given the blessing of being gifted a cigar by somebody that happens to be Alec Bradley, of course I'm going to enjoy it. And then, of course, goes without saying, of course, I'm going to talk about our sponsor, Casa Cuevas. This is the Habano, my favorite from Casa Cuevas. And Casa Cuevas is making huge headway in the industry. They're doing amazingly well. Luis Cuevas is a personal friend of mine. He was interviewed on this channel. And, of course, he graciously sponsors this YouTube channel. So, obviously, I'm going to talk about Casa Cuevas. I enjoy everything they put out. They're an amazing brand. And it's 5 generations of tradition in working in tobacco and creating cigars, not only for other manufacturers, but obviously for the last 3 years, Casa Cuevas has put their own name on their own cigars, and it's fantastic. I enjoy them very much, and I would recommend going and picking them up, not just because they're our sponsor, but because they are that good. But that's another boutique brand that I like. And then, of course, another heritage brand, because they're very popular, and they make tons and tons of cigars that people enjoy, and that's Rocky Patel. This one's a sun-grown Maduro. I've tried this one. It's actually pretty good. If I'm being perfectly honest, when it comes to Rocky Patel, I think they're okay. I haven't raved about Rocky Patel before, just because I've tried a number of Rocky Patel cigars, and you know what? There's a couple that I like. There's a few that I don't like as much, but you won't hear me rip Rocky Patel apart. You'll just hear me say they're not really something I enjoy all that much. Rocky Patel makes some really great cigars. I actually had the fortune of being able to interact with Hamlet Paredes, who works at Rocky Patel, rolls cigars for Rocky Patel. He is an amazing cigar roller, and I've gotten to try his own brand, the Hamlet brand, and he makes fantastic cigars, but he also does fantastic work for Rocky Patel. And so I've been able to enjoy some Rocky Patels before, and the Sun-Grown Maduro was one of those cigars that I've enjoyed, a couple others that I liked, and there were some more that I didn't really care that much for, but again, it has everything to do with your palate and what you enjoy. And then a couple more that I want to throw out here. These ones are kind of on the lower end on what I have and what I like to smoke and don't always like to smoke. You might vehemently disagree with me on one of these in particular because it tends to be a very popular cigar, but nonetheless it's not one that rates very highly with me. I'm not a huge fan of it, and it's not one that I smoke very often, even though I have like 2 or 3 left in my humidor. But first I'm going to go ahead and talk about these two right here, which these two I think might be considered on the very low end in terms of, flavor and quality and stuff like that. And one of these is actually the 5 Vegas, which I've noticed isn't really that popular of a cigar brand. These tend to be fairly inexpensive cigars depending on where you get them from and how many you buy. I got this one in I think it was a 20 pack that was like about 60 to 70 bucks, and I got these like well over about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago I bought this one. This one along with the others that came with it, and this is the 5 Vegas A or AAA, the Ace, or I don't even know, but it's been that long since. Oh no, this is the Apotheosis. I remember now. I can't believe I remember that word in particular. This is the 5 Vegas Apotheosis. When I first tried it, I thought it was pretty good. I hadn't been smoking a lot of cigars at that point. My palate hadn't developed, but the more that I've smoked it, the more that I realize it's not really a cigar that I'm crazy into. But at the same time, you might really enjoy a 5 Vegas. It might be something that you buy on the regular. I've had the 5 Vegas Gold. I actually like that okay. I haven't had a ton of 5 Vegas. I'm not even sure if I'm saying the brand name right, but it is what it is. And yeah, I've tried it a couple times. 5 Vegas isn't really my cup of tea necessarily. I have them in my humidor. Maybe I'll pass them along to somebody else, or maybe I'll just smoke this one when I'm out in the yard or something to that effect. But this one right here, actually, I got this one. These are like crazy budget sticks in terms of price. I ordered these through Cigars International, and I got a box of 25 for like 40 bucks. And these are the Drew Estate factory smokes. This one in particular is the Connecticut Shade. Now, when I first tried it, I thought it was really good. It had kind of like a sweet flavor to it, a little bit of like kind of that nutmeg flavor and baking spice and things like that. I enjoyed it the first time I tried it, but as my palate developed and the more I tried other cigars that maybe were a little bit better than this one, because when it comes to the factory smokes, truth be told, they're made from kind of like the lower grade tobacco. They're made to be affordable cigars. They're not what you would necessarily call top shelf, but that doesn't make them bad, because I know a lot of people who enjoy these cigars. Me, after a while, these are, again, one of those cigars that I'll probably smoke when I'm doing yard work, or if I don't want to smoke one of my more, top drawer cigars, because I got 3 drawers full in my humidor, and the top 2 are the ones that I really enjoy smoking, and the bottom one is kind of a mix of cigars that I might enjoy every now and then, and this is one of them. I enjoyed it when I first got it, and after a while it didn't taste quite as good. It didn't quite hit the same way, but I also know a lot of people who enjoy the factory smokes, and this isn't the only kind that they make. They make a sweets, they make a Maduro, they make a sun-grown, and so I haven't tried those. I may end up really liking them. Drew Estates actually makes some really great cigars, but and there's a lot that I haven't tried, but the factory smokes is just okay for me. It doesn't quite hit the spot every single time that I smoke it, or most of the time, to be honest. And then there's this one. I might stir up a little bit of controversy with this one, because I honestly don't care for it that much, but I know a lot of people who dig this cigar and they think it's amazing. Call me crazy, I'm not one of them. And that is the CAO Flathead 660. And you can go ahead and pile on the booze and the insults, and when I say booze, I don't mean liquor. I mean like boo if you think I'm a crazy person for not thinking these are one of the best cigars out there. Personally speaking, I don't care for them that much. The flavor doesn't quite really cut it for me. It's kind of basic, a little bit on the bland side for me, though. That's just my personal opinion. Because if you enjoy the CAO Flathead 660, if you enjoy the cigar, that's fantastic. Every cigar has its place, and that's one of the main points that I want to get to, because there are some people out there, and thankfully I don't know too many people like this, who have a tendency to, when they see a certain brand, or you mention a certain brand or a certain type of cigar, they just go, oh man, those are crap, those are disgusting, those are terrible, blah 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 blah. Sometimes coming off as a snob when it comes to cigars, because we all like what we like. Whatever we like is what we enjoy, and what we enjoy are usually a main part of our rotation. Unfortunately, sometimes there are those cigars out there that are, I guess, what you could call the Nickelback of cigars, and I'm so sorry if you are a Nickelback fan. One, if I offended you. Two, that you are a Nickelback fan. I'm just kidding. I actually enjoy a Nickelback song here and there. Sue me, make fun of me, rip me apart in the comments. There's a few Nickelback songs that I like from like way, way, way back. The new stuff that's come out over the past 7-8 years, don't care for. Again, that's my personal opinion, so it is what it is. But there are definitely some cigars out there that people think about or look at or have tried, and they think, those are nasty, those are disgusting, those are horrible, you shouldn't smoke them. And I think you do people a disservice when you utter the words, you shouldn't smoke that, you should never try it, you should never go near it, you should never waste your money on it, because the reality is there are cigars out there for everyone. Anyone who wants to try cigars or wants to get into cigars, there's something out there for everyone. And unfortunately, when you say things like that, and especially if you have any influence whatsoever over your friend or family member who maybe was thinking about trying that particular brand, you may actually be depriving them of something that they really like, and they may actually end up enjoying. And you also sometimes are in danger of basically violating one of the policies that I really try to hold to in my life, and that is, don't be a dick. Because unfortunately, people like that are everywhere, even in the cigar community. And you can come off as a Class A snob when it comes to cigars, and there are cigar snobs out there. They're everywhere. They do exist. They are among us. And they will sometimes basically act like they know everything about cigars. They are the only ones that know what's good, and that you should listen to them because they've been smoking cigars for years and they know what a good cigar is. When the truth is, that might be great for them, but it might not be great for you. And you are also missing out on trying so many cigars out there that you might actually like. And you really don't want to miss out, because there's so much out there to try. If you enjoy any of the cigars here on the table that I just talked about, whether they be boutique or heritage or bigger name, that's awesome. If you like them, smoke them. And if you can get your hands on them, enjoy them. That's the whole point. So personally speaking, and I'm pretty sure most people in the cigar community would agree, bashing brands really doesn't show a whole lot of maturity. You don't like it, you don't like it, and that's cool. But there might be somebody else who either does like it or hasn't tried it, and when you say something negative to the effect of like, that's crap, don't smoke it, then they're missing out on the opportunity to try something they might actually end up enjoying. So that is my little video on a little bit of cigar etiquette there for you. There's something out there for everyone when it comes to cigars. It may be any one of the ones I just described. Then again, you might not like a single one of the cigars I just mentioned, or the one that I'm smoking, the Patina Habano. I really like the cigar. I enjoy the hell out of it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and stop now so I can continue enjoying it. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, share it with someone who maybe needs to see this. Maybe you have a friend out there who's a little bit closed-minded, maybe needs to broaden their horizons a little bit. I don't know. But at the same time, cigars are all about experience. They're all about enjoying. And if there's ones you enjoy and you want to share with people, definitely do that. But if there's ones you don't like and you don't really care for them much, that's fine too. Just try not to turn people off to potentially trying them just because of your own personal preference. I try to hold to that as much as possible. People ask me, I'll be honest, but for the most part, when it comes to the cigars I don't care for, I don't really push it on people because they might enjoy it, and good for them. If that's what they like, that's awesome. I enjoy the Patina Habano. You might not. That's cool. You might not enjoy any of the ones I just listed. That's cool too. But go out there and find cigars that you do enjoy, and if you enjoy them, share them with people that you know. They might end up enjoying them too. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow Dad Smoking Cigars on dads_smoking_cigars on Instagram, and be sure to check us out on Facebook. Until then, guys, stay smoky, and I'll see you in the next one.